I'm having a heck of a time today. Oh my gosh. Well, if you saw my post earlier today, you know I'm having some technical difficulties with my rig. My laptop's hard drive is apparently on its last leg, and while I do have a new hard drive coming, it's the one I'm using right now. So instead of making two videos with the content that I have, which would be very easy, I'm gonna squish it all into one. If I go through things quickly, I do apologize, but since I'm not sure how long my computer will still work and things are glitching already, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right, and hopefully I won't rant too much. I do want to let you know that you are all invited to join me tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will try to throw up a conversion chart here so that everybody has a chance to check out what time that is for them to join me live here as I try out, for the first time for myself anyway, this McTavish bourbon. Yeah, I bit the bullet. I've ordered a little bit of alcohol here and there. And to celebrate the third payment of my gathering at Sassenach City for my ticket, I'm going to have a little drink, and I'm going to let you know what I think of it. Again, my palate is not sophisticated. My idea of a drink is a wine cooler once, maybe twice a week, tops, especially in the summer because it's hot. But I will be giving this a shot and letting you know what I think of it while I talk about something. And my something has been rolling around in my head for a few days. And what I've decided is I'll let you guys ask me any questions, and I'll try to answer any as best I can about Outlander, about the channel, about whatever. But I'm probably going to be talking about Bridgerton. The third season has rocked me. I have been thoroughly cajoled into joy because pretty much everything that I wanted to happen in the series kind of happened this season. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of spoils for Bridgerton. Until then, let's go in the Wayback Machine and look back. It's behind the scenes from season 1 of Outlander. All right, this one shared by Outlander Online and Balfe Nation. We've got Caitriona Balfe, and it looks like probably Matthew Roberts because of the post here. Throwback to Caitriona Balfe, Lottie Verbeek, and Matt B. Roberts behind the scenes of Outlander Season 1. And if it's supposed to be Lot and not Lottie, my apologies. It looks like Lottie to me. But yeah, we got Caitriona, we got Matt by a river near the stone wall there, which makes me feel like she might be getting tested by Dougal soon. Or maybe it's just part of their traveling from town to town where they're collecting taxes and they're taking a break. And in this one, we have Miss Verbeek herself and Caitriona Balfe. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should say Lottie or Lot. I think I've said both before. At any rate, the friendship that builds here was really interesting in the books. I think that they skipped some details I would have liked to have seen on screen. But again, I read the books after I saw them on screen, what they put on screen. So that's, my opinion, I'm not sure counts so much when it comes to that. But it was really cool to see it play out. It was really cool to get the extra details when I read it. Very, very cool to see the behind the scenes of them filming it. And another very, very throwbacky throwback. I cannot play the music for you because it is the Skyboat song, and this video will get dinged, and then you won't be able to see all the other stuff I've collected for the week. So we are going to look at this lovely image of the experienced model, Caitriona Balfe, playing off of the wind and the camera and this random hand that is most likely not Tobias's, and Sam reaching out, trying to capture his love. And I still feel very much, and I've watched this a few times, that because I've had to record this video 3 times thanks to my lovely setup here, I think that Sam looks like he's not quite sure what he's doing, but I think that that's because it's more of a modeling and not an acting thing. It's kind of hard to act and stand still. That probably is not as challenging after a little while. So both of them, I think, did a fantastic job. This image is iconic. Nobody in the Outlander universe can mistake it. Season 1 poster and what's a DVD cover too, yeah? These ones are for season 7. Outlander Online says throwback to some behind the scenes photos of Outlander season 7. And since this is the third time I've tried to record this, I'm actually already partly in. But we're going to start off here because we got Richard Rakin with his camera. He is a shutterbug. He loves to take pictures. He's also a little goofy and a bit of a singer, so we know that. And so Sophie's just kind of giving him a hug and having a giggle. So seems kind of on point, on character for the actors anyway. Now, the first image in that sequence is supposed to be this one. John Bell being John Bell. He's having a smile and I don't know, look at the sky. Maybe it's going to rain, or maybe they're shocked that it's not raining. It is Scotland after all. And we got John and Izzy here, maybe going over lines, going over something more interesting. I'm not sure because John's smiling, but John always seems to be smiling. There's like parts of season 5 and 6 where he's not smiling, and then, we're going to war, so season 7 a bit too. But John himself, I swear, every time I do see him, he's a smiling guy, and Izzy generally as well, but she looks like she's concentrating on whatever it is he's showing him. So hope they're enjoying themselves. And here we have the Mackenzie family, or at least part of them. We've got Mandy and, of course, Jemmy behind Mama there. But yeah, it was just a little family scene, having a smile at the camera. Kids, don't look at the camera while we're filming. And again, we have, it looks like the cabin this time. I think that's where Izzy and John were before, where they were looking over their lines or whatnot. And Joey and now John as well here. I really have enjoyed both Joey and Izzy. I can't say it enough. I've enjoyed the hunters, so well casted. And again, I'm always glad to see that the cast just seems to get along. Case in point here, although I gotta say, our Jemmy looks a little more irritated. Probably thinking to himself, Richard, we're not supposed to be looking at the camera. Quit pointing at the camera. That doesn't help me not look at the camera. And I think I showed this one in the last video, but I'll show it and along with a sequence of other images. Smiling photo, again, a lot of our newbies here. We got our Will Charles, we've got our Rachel, Izzy, and we've got our Denny. I kept wanting to say Desi. Our Denny, Joey here. And again, all smiles, all laughter. And of course, Rolo. We cannot have a behind the scenes of season 7 without Rolo. If we've got John Bell and we've got the hunters, there has to be a Rolo image. And of course, here we go. More smiles, more Richard with his camera. Though this is probably supposed to be a prop camera in this case, but it may be his. You can never really tell because, again, Richard, shutterbug, loves to take a picture. And we're going to end it with our favorite couple standing over a hill, having a smile at the sun that's blazing in their eyes, because that's what we do when someone says action. And I am just going to move along here. There is a video that I'm going to attempt to play with sound here in just a moment, but this is the post. Sam Heughan, oh, good. And then, of course, Caitriona says, yes, Sam Heughan it is good luck if a bird, oh, craps on you. He was pooped on. Yay, okay. Good times. We're echoing Caitriona Balfe here. At least it's good luck, right? That's from Outlander there at the end. Bella Outlander fan shared this. Memories of June 17th, 2019. Oh, good. Let's see if I can play that video for you here.
I just got shat on by a bird.
No, the other side.
Where is it? Oh, there we are. I just got shat on by a bird.
No, the other side.
Where is it? Oh, there we are.
I do love that everybody's trying to convince him it's a good thing. It's good luck, being pooped on by a bird is a good thing. I don't care if it's good luck or not. Yuck. So that's all I have to say about it. Next, what I've got here is a Charles Vandervaart fan site throwback to Charles Vandervaart and John Bell behind the scenes of Outlander 7A on Stars. That is what the post says. And it again is Charles Vandervaart fan site post on X. I'm just going to expand this so we can see the video though, okay? Cool. And wouldn't you know it, whoever recorded this put the Skyboat song over it as well. I'm going to continue showing this because there are some good scenes at the end where they're showing some filming, but they're just letting you know that they are filming season 7A, that they're excited about it. And I will include the link to the video below so you can watch it yourself and hear their joyful praise about what they're doing and how much they're excited for us to see what they're doing, which we have seen a good portion of this, but we can see, oh, there we go, running together. The filming of some of those scenes is pretty cool, and we only get a little bit of it here, but I think it's worth showing and sharing, seeing all the crew doing their hard work so that we're entertained. So while I'm sorry I can't share the audio on that one, I do apologize. I will, again, like the link will be below. I'll make sure you can find it. This one here, though, is shared by Outlander Online behind the scenes of Outlander Season 8. Number 15, Cunningham, is what we've got here. Charles Cunningham. Let's see, Kieran and I know I'm saying it wrong, who plays Captain Charles Cunningham. That maybe is his changing room, his space, or I don't know where they keep his things. Don't know. All I see is a framed image of the word. And he's got some nice welcome messages there for him. Now this next pick I should be able to share without any troubles. I don't believe anybody has put any sound over it. So let's see what Caitriona has to say. This is shared by Outlander Obsessed. Caitriona Balfe talks about season 8 and the end of Outlander, saying it won't please everybody, but the priority is making good television. And I feel like we may have seen part of this one before, but it's kind of worth repeating. So let's check it out anyway.
Look, we're never going to please everybody, right? So I think you first of all have to get rid of that notion. It's like we can't sort of you can't
Absolutely
ever stick
true.
the landing perfectly for everybody. So I think what you have to do is try and just focus on making good television that feels satisfactory to your characters, and that, you know, I think part of this thing about doing another season was that we get to sort of make it thoughtful and have time to have it be considered. You know, there was a conversation where it might have wrapped up in 2 episodes kind of in season 7, and that just didn't feel like the right way to do things. And you know, and I think in this way there's a, you know, time and thoughtfulness can go into it, and, you know, hopefully will please most of the people.
No, that's fair. Trying to fit in what is basically part of book 8 and then book 9 and then a satisfactory ending into the last 2 episodes of season 7. I no, there's no way they could have done that. Respectfully, I think, to the fans. And I don't want, like I've said before many, many times, I do not want us to end up with a Game of Thrones ending. That was upsetting. Those of us who had watched from episode 1 and didn't read the books because we didn't want it to be mixed up in it. Yeah, that was annoying and depressing. Anywho, moving on. Hey, I did want to say, if you are a Spanish-speaking viewer or a German-speaking viewer or a French-speaking viewer, and you can read the subtitles today, let me know below. I have listened. I have tried multiple times to try to figure out why it wasn't translating for you. And then I realized I was doing it all wrong. So hopefully I've got it right now. If you can understand what I'm saying through subtitles below, please let me know. And if not, please let me know that too, so I can figure out what I'm doing wrong now. Now, since we had a little something from Caitriona about season 8, I did want to include a clip that I found of Sam and what he thinks about the ending. Well, or more of what he knows about the ending, because we all have been told he knows how it's all going to end. But he kind of clarifies that point in this interview. This one is shared by Marie Ann M, and you will see that as I squish me to the corner. Hold on.
Caitriona told me that you loud over her that you know the ending and she doesn't, that you're kind of, you know, a little smug about it, maybe? It's true?
I would never be smug about that. I'm very supportive, and no, I mean, it was shared with me through Diana when we first started, even before we first started shooting. But how we end the show, I don't know. And in fact, how Diana actually ends it, I don't know. So
you know a few things.
I know something. I've read the last few pages, but I don't know how she's going to get there.
Okay, so Caitriona knew what you knew. What do you think her reaction would be in one word?
I think she's going to be as lost as I am, because how do you get there, and what is the journey? I think all the fans the same, you know. I think we're all going to be intrigued about how we end this story, for sure.
As long as they don't all get killed off. I want them to live forever.
I've been petitioning for that.
Yeah. Right,
just like a really horrific death. Yeah.
Just a really horrific death. All right, so again, this is from Marie Ann M. It says, Sam read the last 2. How do you think Outlander will end? Write your thoughts in the comments. That was for the post. Sam Heughan at the Outlander season 7 red carpet premiere. So this was, you know, just last year, June 10, 2023. So it's kind of a giggle. I'm not laughing. No, I am laughing. But so he knows what the ending is going to be, but he doesn't know how it's going to arrive to the ending. So I think that's as much of an interesting question than the ending. I've never been a read the last 2 pages of the book kind of person, because I want to see the journey that they take to get there. And in case you thought That's all of the Sam Heughan she has? No, of course not. This one is a Bella Sam Heughan fan and Bella Outlander fan share. Roster Con, YouTube in Paris during the LandCon 6. Sam Heughan, Jamie Fraser, and Outlander mentioned the series Blood of My Blood. And as I said, we were going to get some of his thoughts on the series. And I think you'll be interested in what he has to say.
I'm really excited for this. There's so much to look forward to. And this show, I can't give anything away, but I'm going to be the biggest fan. I've been hearing stories about the actors, about the characters, and the storyline. I can't wait to see it. And I know if you love Outlander, you're going to love Blood of My Blood.
All right, now I'm jealous because he knows something about the characters I'm guessing that any of us are going to know. I am interested to see it. I think that it's going to end up being like Star Trek is for me. Anything that has the Outlander universe stamped on it, I will probably end up watching every episode. I tend to be a loyalist when it comes to television series that have good stories. So I will be watching. I'm sure I will be fangirling over the characters and actors then as well. So you know where you'll be able to come to find out about Blood of My Blood. But let's continue on with some more Outlander fun. Now, with a new series, with new actors, it does kind of make you think back to when these guys were just starting out. And I do have some fun throwbacks here, series of them. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe at the Edinburgh International Film Festival. This is June 17th, 2015. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know. My eyes are drawn to the hair. My eyes are just sincerely drawn to the hair. But I do love that they just seem comfortable together already, even though, again, very early on. And again, this is just the film festival images, so there's not going to be a lot of difference in the pictures. But again, we're seeing these smiles, happy faces. Sam looks exceedingly orange. The red is just a bit too much red. Sam's hair is toned down, I think, by this point, and that's what I'm used to seeing. I should say Jamie's hair in the show is toned down, and so that's what I'm used to seeing, and this is very vibrant. Maybe it's the lighting here. This looks a little bit more like Sam to me. Maybe I just am so used to the hair being pulled back for Jamie or cut short for Sam. Seeing all of the hair is just throws me off. Of course, Caitriona looking wonderful. Very simple look to her, and yet, please, just flawless all the time. And little howdy, or I'm not sure. Is he signing L? He's signing L. Not for loser, I'm sure. Lovely to see you. And an up-close grin. Oh, I think we've got our thumbnail. That's just, I got it, right? Yeah. Nice series of throwbacks there for us. But am I done? No, of course not. I have more. Because this collection came across my feed as well. And again, smiley faces. And they're just being goofy together. Marilyn Proft shares this. Photographer just sit on his lap and pretend to like each other, which they're doing a really good job. He's even got the Taylor Swift heart at the bottom corner there with, and then right above it, Caitriona's giving him glasses. That's an interesting look. Being silly, being goofy, getting to know each other. And I'm glad that this developed into a friendship, because working this long together, it's only going to be good if you're with friends. And while we are doing a look back at Caitriona and Sam and how they kind of started working together, got to know each other, I thought this was a good time to throw in this throwback. This is from Bella Outlander fan from Pele Center TikTok at Pele Fest LA event in 2015. Stars Sam Heughan, Jamie, and Caitriona Balfe Claire talk about their on-screen chemistry, while executive producer Ronald D. Moore and author Diana Gabaldon share what they know they'd found. Share when they knew they'd found the show's Jamie and Claire. Lots of hashtags there for the stars for the show. And let's take a listen to what they have to say.
I'm curious because, the fans have responded so well to your chemistry. Was there a moment that you knew that the chemistry was going to work? And when was that moment?
Am I supposed to drink now, or?
Yes. You can keep drinking after every question.
Oh,
it makes
great.
it more fun that way.
I definitely think from the moment that I met Sam, when we had our chemistry test, which I always think is quite a funny name. Like, do they have a barometer in there? I mean, they're like, yes, you've passed the 50 mark. No, but I walked in and he, he was obviously had already been cast, and I was quite nervous, and I think I might have been running a little bit late. And he just immediately put me at ease, and we had a really, I don't know, we had a really 2 good scenes, and we really got into it. And I think from that moment I was just like, oh, he's such a cool guy. Like I don't know, it was really good. So I thought, well, if this works, then this will be really fun.
I remember there was a moment I put you in a bear hug, and I felt like you were really pissed at me.
I think actually, I tried to move your arms, and you inadvertently punched me in the face.
I remember thinking you were going to punch me back, and I thought, this is the start of a beautiful relationship.
He punched her in it. But I like that he was afraid she'd punch him back. Like, she's this big compared to him, and he was afraid. So that bodes well for the relationship, in my opinion, quite frankly. But that's always fun to hear, kind of like how they got started. Now, of course, since I've done some throwbacks and I'm nearing the end of this extremely long video, we were going to go with the little Sam. Kind of staying on theme for our throwback, at least for this picture here. This one's shared by Point Blank 1959. Sam Heughan with co-star while performing in Batman Live 2011-2013 in acrobatic circus-like performance requiring special skills, the kind of roles he had to take on before Outlander. And this is shared by, it's got a Meikle and Cello 0918. I don't know if that's credit for the image or who he was co-starring with, but my goodness, there's a small height difference there. But Sam, oh my gosh, he's such a baby. Look, he's like an infant. Well, no, he's not. He's a full-grown guy, but so much younger, so different looking than we've seen him now lately, and especially since they're aging him up on Outlander, it does make it seem like it's such a huge difference. But really, it's just a fun throwback. And he was Batman. I like Batman. And since I enjoyed the last Stephen Creed bunch of pictures, I'm throwing in this one as well. This is also shared by Point Blank 1959. 2 little dicky birds sitting on a wall, one named Stephen, the other named Sam. Well, it almost seemed like it was going to rhyme. Don Lucas, David Donnie. I don't know, again, that's giving credit to the images, but let's read out the names to make sure. And of course, Sam Heughan, Stephen Creed looking somewhere. Well, actually, they have different lines of sight. Stephen looks like he's looking up, and Sam's looking out. At what, I have no idea. But it's a nice image. Now, as it is summertime and I've been trying to be more physically active, I've actually lost 20 pounds since I started in March, which isn't as much as I would like to have lost, but as we age, it's a little harder to take it off, and I haven't really dedicated myself as much to it this year as I did a few years ago. But I'm not doing too badly. I think 20 pounds lost is better than 20 pounds gained or staying the exact same weight. Did not do my walks last week because it was ungodly hot, honestly. It was just ridiculously hot. So what I did were a lot of bike rides so that I could rest if I started getting overheated, which I have a personal issue with overheating. My body doesn't adjust temperature properly. I don't always sweat when I should, so I do have to be a little bit careful when I'm doing workouts outside. However, I wanted to show you this because this is a good reminder and motivation to, go out and do a thing.
Hey guys, my peak challenge launches today, but first I have a challenge for you. Hashtag peak streak. That's 15 minutes activity every day without fail. You can run, walk, read, whatever you want. I'm gonna have a wee run on the beach and maybe a swim. Good luck.
Yeah, this one is a way back throwback for, well, not a way back as before, but a way back throwback for Sam as far as My Peak Challenge starting out 2016. And this is shared by Outlander Daily Fan. My apologies. I usually say that first. My Peak Challenge launches today. We have created the My Peak Challenge Prep Program, a 60-day full scalable workout program for any ability, launching February 1st. Along with the supporter packs and t-shirt, you can support Bloodwise and reach your peak challenge. 15 minutes activity every day until the start of the NPC prep program begins. What will be your today? Now, my today, I am actually planning to do another bike ride. I am going to try and find a proper tumbler because I do not have a proper tumbler for my bourbon. I have very, very tall glasses, And as much fun as that might be, I'd like to be able to walk later. So I thought I would try to find a proper tumbler, which is about like that big. We just don't have cups that size, really. At least not a good glass one, and I'd really like to do that. So that is my little challenge for the day after I have this edited, which I will get started on here in just a moment. Wish me luck. I do hope to have this out to you by Monday around 1, possibly 2 o'clock. Let's just hope my computer doesn't explode before then. And if you don't see any videos tomorrow or the next day, it isn't from lack of trying, it's from lack of computer. I will be trying to go live, like I said, tonight at 9 p.m. to share this wonderful bourbon with you. I'm kind of excited because technically I have an autograph from Graham McTavish on the back here. That's kind of cool. But this says A Scotsman Dream of America. I will share all of this with you tonight. And if you enjoyed this video, the format of it, don't forget to give it a like. If you enjoy it enough that you would like to see more, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notifications bell so you know when the next videos come out. Be aware that I do talk about Star Trek, and so you're going to get notifications for those as well. But if you happen to like Star Trek, whether old or new, you might want to check that out as well. For my patrons and my members, I have to doubly thank you because, well, this week you're helping me get a hard drive for my dying laptop. It's so funny to think that I've got this laptop shortly after I started this channel because the old laptop I had just couldn't handle everything that I needed it to do. And now this one's given out on me, which is sad. But I can do a little upkeep and we'll be up and running with no problems. Thank you so much for joining me again. Again, those of you who speak Spanish, French, or German, if you have been able to read subtitles up to this, let me know, because I'm trying to make this easier for anybody who wants to find out stuff about Outlander and the actors to be able to just come here and get a whole bunch of info in one shot. And if you didn't get enough information, well, then what you do is you go and check out the playlist for Outlander waiting for part 2 of season 7, because there is a playlist of a lot of videos all about what we've learned. So lots of info. Please check it out. I have not got them all subtitled, but I haven't found out if this is working yet, so I will once I know. Thanks so much for joining me. Check out one of those other videos, and when you do, I will see you there. Damn it all to hell. Seriously? My headphones just died. That is not convenient. Nope. My headphones just died while I'm recording this, and I've got some audio stuff going, so this is going to make things a little more complicated, a little more interesting.